The following is the story of 5 young adults with Autism Spectrum Disorder, or ASD. Each graduated from SOAR, Students on Campus Achieving Results, a collaborative program between Marywood University and NEIU19 that educates high school students with ASD on a college campus. While enrolled in SOAR, the students complete scheduled coursework in the mornings and work in various real-life jobs on campus during the afternoons. Upon graduation, each student had acquired job skills necessary for competitive employment. During this program, you'll learn about the students' perspectives of SOAR, the triumphs, their challenges, and finding jobs despite their autism spectrum disorder.
My name's Jack Kirby. I work for the NEIU, and I'm the teacher in the SOAR program located at Marywood University. The focus of the program is to prepare students with autism for independent living and competitive employment. We achieve this by combining classroom learning activities with independent living activities both on and off the campus. Some of the highlights include travel training, where the students learn about the various forms of public transportation and actually get to use some, and social activities where they get to interact with age-appropriate peers on the campus in places such as the cafeteria, the game room, and the fitness center. They also receive independent living training.
Who didn't write a check yet?
We train them to live on their own, how to survive on their own. Marywood University gives us an apartment to use. We simulate a move-in. We go shopping, we cook in the apartment, we clean the apartment, and we simulate a move out, just like they might have to in real life. The most interesting part of the program is the job training portion. In the afternoons, students go off to work in a real-life job on campus. They work with a mentor who takes them under their wing and teaches them some valuable work skills. Quinn Murphy, he attended the program between 2011 and 2013. When he arrived, he was very shy, very quiet, found it easier to interact with adults rather than his peers. By the time Quinn graduated, he had made many new friends on campus, age-appropriate friends, and was able to stand up in front of a live audience and make a presentation at his own graduation.
My name is Quinn Murphy and I graduated in 2013. Welcome to The Freeze. How may I help you? The business is called The Freeze. We serve ice cream, hot dogs, and hamburgers to the customers. It's a seasonal business. We don't stay open during the winter.
Hi, my name is Karen Murphy. I'm owner-operator of The Freeze in Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania. Here at our store, he helps in setting up and he helps with closing.
I help my mom around, like help with the mix, help get hot dogs and hamburgers for her, help with the money and stuff, like help with the cash register, making sure all the money is ready for business. I go to the gym to work out, and also on Tuesdays and Thursdays I do karate, and I'm a black belt.
He would like to be like Jackie Chan, a karate star in movies.
And I think you can be you can be like a different person, like you can hear your voice through an animated character, or so acting is just cool, it's just like being someone different.
He did a show called Annie Get Your Gun, and the past 2 summers he did a theater camp.
I was the witch guy, I don't know, Mr. Adams I think, and I was a chief, an Indian chief as well. I did some dancing and had my arms like this.
I thought it would be a good way for him to get to learn some more socialization. Quinn is doing quite well from the experience that he had with Marywood with his vocational training.
When I graduated from the SOAR program, one thing I most loved was doing landscaping, like cutting the grass with the skag. And I also helped them with the leaves when it was the fall.
And then he also worked in the mail room
and also helping in the kitchen, the cafeteria.
It was not difficult for Quinn to transition after he left the SOAR program. He had so many different activities that he didn't feel that he was missing anything. Quinn's biggest obstacles in getting a job would probably be his lack of communicating.
The hardest thing was like doing the interviews, like trying, I might like freeze or like, you know, like not try to have a word or something.
But in the last 2 years, he's really come forward.
SOAR program taught me much in interviews. Is take my time, and also have a nice firm handshake, and also tell my skills what I would do good in this job. Finding a job is hard. Sometimes in these big jobs, you need the skills to do it. Yeah, I had a roadblock and I don't know what to do, but I should just try and do my best.
Daniel Ogozaly. He attended the program from 2009 through 2011. When Daniel showed up, he was very quiet, lacking in a little bit of self-confidence, and kind of kept to himself. By graduation, Daniel had come out of his shell a little bit and was one of the regular performers at our weekly karaoke contest in the game room, performing in front of a room full of people.
My name is Daniel Ogozaly. I graduate in 2011. My hobbies are walking the dogs outside, working around the yard, working around in the kitchen. Like reading encyclopedias, books. Encyclopedia of North American Mammals, Reptiles, Amphibians, and Invertebrates. And its historical place.
Well, since graduating from the SOAR program, Daniel really is more independent. They've given him skills that he now can go into a job, and I really do feel that he's more qualified, he knows what they expect, and his confidence has been built up a lot. He walked that campus on his own, was expected to show up for work on time. If he wasn't able to be at work, he had to report to his boss and let them know that he wouldn't be there because they were expecting him there, which teaches him to be accountable too.
Marywood University helped me get a job at Fern Hall.
I could see that these skills that he had, he really was able to get from Marywood working in the kitchen.
Doing silverwares and food prep.
He actually went in, and I thought, maybe he would need me to stay with him as he transgressed into this new job. But because of the skills he got at Marywood and working independently in the kitchen, they all had said what a great job he did there. So that encouragement that they gave him, but allowing him to work independently, it really was a wonderful thing as he worked into a job on his own. He needed only the training that was provided from the workers there, and he was able to work independently, which was amazing, and I was so proud of him that he was able to do that.
But my hours were cut short.
It is a seasonal job, so now the work has slowed down, so Daniel's now going to be pursuing a new job.
James Petriello. He attended the program from 2010 through 2012. James showed up, he was brimming full of personality. He was quite a character, but he wasn't sure if the SOAR program was right for him. By graduation, he had become one of the most recognizable people on the Marywood campus.
And action! This place is called A&A Sheds. Pick one of these babies to my left and right. Pick a color. We have many options in stock. We have 12 by 20s, 12 by 24s. You can pretty much put whatever you want in something like this. But what happens if you don't have the money? You could use the rent-to-own option. We hire experienced people who actually know what they're doing. Lowest prices, highest quality. You won't regret making a purchase here. And we're much cheaper than those other guys.
Hi, I'm Angelo Petriello. I'm James's dad. I own A&A Sheds in Holstead, Pennsylvania. Little by little, he started coming to work with me, and now he comes to work with me every day. He helps me, he looks after me. I am disabled.
My job is I'm my father's right-hand man. You'll never know who's gonna come in or what you're gonna sell. But that's where the beauty of it is.
I mean, we also goof on each other.
Me and him are like the Mario brothers. Well, my duties was year one, I helped Ferraro deliver mail. And that taught me that there are some things you can do alone and some things you just can't. The SOAR program taught me just to basically be who I am. Autism is not your enemy. In fact, some would say that's the most special thing about you because it makes you different from the others. The achievements I gained on campus is that it helped me, give me a sense of pride and a sense of dignity, like I was actually contributing to something. And looking back at that now, I can say to myself, so this is what made me who I am today, huh? Sometimes I wish I had that back.
Rachel Boyer attended the program from 2009 through 2011. When she showed up for the program, she was very shy, timid, and a bit suspicious of her new classroom. By graduation, she had become quite independent and was independently navigating the entire campus by herself.
My name is Rachel Boyer, and I graduated from the SOAR program in 2011.
My name is Ellen Boyer. I am Rachel Boyer's mom. We adopted a dog from a rescue, and she's been a wonderful addition to our family. Her name is Pippa.
Some of my hobbies include looking at magazines, listening to music, and reading books.
As far as her mind goes, she's very in tune to what her disability is.
It's just a delay thing in your brain that doesn't work right.
She can go through how her body feels, how her mind feels. She can go into a lot of detail.
It's hard to have, but you know, with this brain, there's things I control and there's things I cannot control, and there's things that are unexpected, and there's some things that I don't like, or if there's a change in something that I have a hard time with. But most of the time it's good for me.
I think she's very intelligent.
When I worked on campus, some of the jobs I did was housekeeping and the cafeteria.
During her 2 years there, she did work in the cafeteria. She was used to what to do and how to do it, and people there were great with instructing her what to do and how to do it.
Then after I graduated from the SOAR program, I wanted to look for jobs, and there was one in the paper saying that they need like somebody to work at Marywood in the kitchen.
So I got on the phone with Jack Kirby, and I said, Jack, there's this ad in the paper from Marywood for an attendant. I said, do you think this is something Rachel can do? And he says, well, let me look into it. And later that day, he rang my bell, and he had the application in the hand, and he said, here. They said, yes, definitely, have her fill it out.
Well, I think that the job that I was looking for, I had like the skills to do it.
She she had to fill out an application in real life and do an actual interview, which I thought she was very good in.
And then I waited to see if I would get the job or not.
During the interview, she says, is there a chance for advancement? So she asked all the right questions, behaved properly, answered the questions succinctly, and she got the job.
And I'm proud now.
She didn't struggle with her employment because she was used to what she had to do because of working there during her SOAR years.
They've kind of known me from the SOAR program, and they were so nice to me.
She kind of just moved right in, and I think actually, that helped her get the job because she knew what to do, and it's what they needed.
John Hevers. He attended the program from 2009 through 2011. When John showed up, he was very shy, would not make eye contact, and did not want to speak to anyone. By the time graduation came along, John had become quite a joker and a gifted speaker, speaking before live audiences on several occasions, and was one of the principal speakers at his own graduation.
I'm John Harris, and I graduate the SOAR program from the year 2011.
When it came time to look into going into the SOAR program, he was very apprehensive about it. He was very scared, did not want to do it. And I said, I basically begged him to, give it a try, and if you don't like it, then you can go back and go to high school, because he still had 2 years left in high school then. Join the SOAR program forced him to put himself in an uncomfortable situation from what he thought it was going to be. The first day he came home, he was not happy. After the second day, there was no problem. He said, I love it. I want to go to school. I want to be there. And, it took him a little, like 24 hours to get over that uncomfortable zone. And I think he realized he had people that he could feel comfortable with and that would be there supportively for him.
I still had to graduate in high school. This just helped me to improve myself for the SOAR program. And for the first few days, I've been going on really well. And I was having a lot more fun there.
Using that program pulled him out of a major comfortable situation and thrust him into the unknown, which it worked out very well for him.
I was doing some maintenance work and such, like cleaning the classroom. So that was the first year it happened. I did the same thing for second year, but I also tried some new challenges. Like I was working as a secretary, I have to type in some stuff, the details and such.
It wasn't going to be like that somebody was going to be there to help him with a crutch to make that relationship. This is when the time he had to do it on his own. And I think that was a major step for him.
And also, my personal favorite, where I have to work on the school's bulletin board, where I have to put in some dates in and how to work with the computers to give them the details of what's happening right now, what's going to happen later on and such.
Even just working with going from the different jobs, and each time it forced him out of his comfort zone.
It helped me change a lot, and it really is an awesome school.
We manage the mobile home park here in Jefferson Township, and there are jobs that come up that we have John help out with. We're in a fairly wooded area. We have a lot of leaves. There are various groundskeeping type of jobs that John takes part in, whether it's shoveling snow or removing debris from ditches, things that his father might not be able to do by himself. He would have John come and help him out.
Been doing well enough to keep everything cleaned up, and so that anyone would be interested in coming here and wanted to stay here and buy an apartment and such.
He is capable of carrying a job out from start to finish, but again, he would need very specific instructions. And possibly someone there as a reference point too, that he could turn back to and say, okay, if he gets stuck or if he had another question about it. If he's familiar with the job, he would be able to work independently.
Through vocational services, he got a job at the cafeteria at Procter & Gamble.
I got the job from my experience working with Sarah in the kitchen in the cafeteria at SOAR. She helped me a lot making sure I do good in the cafeteria. Procter & Gamble is just a huge place. When I get there, it's just huge. I'm in the main cafeteria. I help clean the dishes, making sure I wear protective shoes, making sure I don't slip. And I also wear an apron around me so I won't ruin my clothes. Have good protection around me to making sure I don't cut myself, because in the cafeteria there's always sharp knives.
He has his driver's license and he drives his own car to and from work most days. Gets himself ready in the morning, makes his own meals.
I first get to work around like 7 o'clock, and then I put the milk in the cartons inside the freezer.
He likes going to his job. You know, everybody loves him at Procter & Gamble. They call him Q. They hired Quinn for 90 days probation, and then after the 90 days they decided they were going to keep him. Then they increased his hours.
When I was there for a year, I worked hard, so I got a good raise. With the garbage bags in the kitchen are full, I throw them in the dumpster outside. When there's dirty dishes in the kitchen, I clean them, put them through the dishwasher. If anything's hard to get off, I put the soap inside and I put water in, I let it loosen it up. It's the easiest way to do it than relying on it than doing hands. It's hard. I usually have a lot of stuff to clean, but just take my time and just clean and just take it nice and easy. And just take one step at a time. If I wasn't here, I'm sure my coworkers would help out and clean the stuff. At first it was a hard job, but when I was going there a lot more, I like it. It's a good job.
Quinn will probably just feel at home no matter where he is as far as the job. He seems to adapt really well.
I know some other people at work, and when I go out to get food trays, I usually sit down at their table and talk about how they're doing. I like talking to get to know them, just to see how their weekends are. And also, I like having a little break, like having some lunch a little, just to rest my feet from standing a lot. So, it's just a good job.
Been working with finding a job with my job coach for 7 months. This is what I use for the study of my interview. Like, tell me about yourself, tell me about your most recent job, school, work. And what are your strengths and weakness? I apply at Wegmans for the attending the cart and stacking up shelves.
He really seemed to be interested in the job. He walked through the store after his interview and actually saw what job he would be doing, and he almost put his feet in the shoes of a worker.
And then they called back and said can't hire me yet because I was too silent.
They did give him some goals to work on. They wanted him to become a little more social. The job he was looking at was helping hands, which is a job that he would need to approach people to see if they need help before they ask. But again, the things that he's going to work on is just kind of getting out there a little bit, trying to draw him out of his shell. He looks forward to when he's invited to come to graduation.
I visit the graduation to encourage other students, congratulate them.
He visits with his teachers and the students that are there.
I enjoy staying for lunch and play at the game room. Visit my teachers in the class.
Good try, Dan the man!
I know he feels like he's back in the classroom again. I don't think that's something that any child can ever say they get from any other public school. So Marywood's given him something that he'll carry with him forever. I think it's helped him to have friendships. Having that relationship with Mr. Kirby and Miss Lisa has helped him to see that he can ask for help and that people are willing to help him and they're seeing him for who he is. He's Daniel. He's himself, he's an individual, and I think that going through SOAR programs helped him to see who he is.
From where we are right now, we're here in the park, and from up ahead is where I do a lot of work there. Sometimes what I do, and mostly around the summers, to water the plants. There's one right here, and there's one near the tree. Now we're gonna take you to other places where I would work at, so let's press forward. Now, since this is around the time for autumn right now, which means we have to pick up some leaves that are basically mostly at the ditch. We have to dig around from that hole and as well as this one to get things out of the way so it won't be all plugged up. It can get clogged off from by leaves or small rocks, so we have to clean them up to make sure it won't get in the way. Now, there will be 3 rows here. We're right here in the middle, and there will be one left and one to the right. As we pick up trash, my father and I will have to search one side of the row while he searches for the other one to make sure we didn't miss anything. Now, what I found is something that people don't learn to clean up for themselves. They left the bottle in the ditch. They need to learn to not throw things in there, because I think they would have been a little punished for not learning to clean up for themselves. Yeah, trying to keep this looks good enough so that people around here will want to live here.
He likes to start things and have it go through to a finish. He wants to see that through to completion. You know, maybe down the road we could see about getting him a job someplace if we could find something that we're close or that could be flexible with us.
Now, if we go head on over to the apartment up ahead, I'll show you one more thing. Before that apartment was built and such, we had to clear the way to make sure if anyone would be interested in living in here, clear the paths of the snow so the car or someone else can get in there easily. Back then, it wasn't available for right now because it was on sale. As you can tell, somebody already bought it.
Down the road, if it was a possibility, yes, I would seek something out for him for employment.
To be honest, I don't think I have a dream job in particular, but I would say for something like that, I would say I had to work with computers and such, because I did a lot of work with computers my second year in Marywood.
The more I seek employment, the more it challenges my lust to go back to school.
James, in a work setting, has a lot of difficulty. His passion is education.
I'm always, okay, employment on this side, school on this side. And because I'm passionate about both, I need to push myself and see which one comes out on top. I know the SOAR program helped me a lot, but I know there's still more I can do. There's so much more to know each day.
Other than what we can study on discs or books, he needs a classroom setting to really get into it.
Well, I aim to go back to school.
He wants to learn. He wants to go back to school, and it's just not available around here.
My sister, who graduated from New York University, is very happy that I'm looking in that direction because she knows that there is so much I can do. She is my main inspiration because she pushed me through high school. She wanted me to go out there and become what I was meant to be.
There's one I've seen lately is Southern University of New Hampshire. They actually, I think, let you try it free.
So that's what my family is pushing for, online classes. So that way I won't feel any pressure.
I think James wants to be a professional student, but that's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
The more you stay in school, the more you will know. And the more you will know, the more you'll contribute to society.
My day starts out with taking the bus to work. I have been working there for, it'll be 4 years. It's nice for a person with autism to have a job.
Very proud of her pay stub every week, every 2 weeks. She earns it.
My job working in the cafeteria, I clean tables. Well, some tables are very dirty, and I get them all nice and clean. I do good scrubbing.
I think if anything, I think she's more open, a little bit more social, possibly because she has to deal with people, she has to speak to people, she has to be out there amongst people. So I think it has helped her socially.
My favorite part of my job is doing the silverware.
Forks go together and knives go together.
Then they put them in the dish room to get washed. And then after they come out clean, then I put them away.
I think she's passionate about being a good person. I think she's passionate about doing the right thing and saying the right thing. And sometimes that's a struggle.
You know, some of the classmates, some of them I don't know what they're doing. Some of them have got jobs. Some are struggling.
I see I'm not going to say a large improvement, but I see a small improvement every year in her abilities all around. The way she acts, the way she talks, the way she walks, the whole thing. I think she is maturing, but at obviously a slower rate maybe than other people.
Yes, I do love my job.
The SOAR program was great. It was really fun in the 2 years.
It's really a positive thing.
Big John and Mr. Kirby and Lisa, they were just like an extended family.
They see me like I'm one of them, like a family to them.
You gotta stay involved with each other.
Pursue what you like to do. If you have something that you really enjoy doing no matter what it is, you keep working towards that, and hopefully you will get a chance the way Rachel got a chance at Marywood.
Look at all the different jobs that are available for you to work on while you're in the SOAR program. You might think you wouldn't like to do something, but once you try it, you might realize, yeah, that is something I would really like to do.
It's just a great opportunity. I'm so glad that Daniel was given this. And just throughout the SOAR program, definitely ask for help and start looking into whatever's available for your child, and they'll succeed. It'll be a great future for them.
Never give up. Keep on going no matter what. I know finding a job is hard. I know it's hard. But the one thing is you should never give up. Believe in yourself.
If it makes you a better person, it did work well for me, and I'm hoping that it will do well for all of the students and the future students.